What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Party Chat Sports. We got a good one for you here today on your Sunday morning. It is the Super Bowl Parlay from Party Chat Sports. This sucker is going to be 8 legs. We got 2 from each of the hosts here, so 2 from myself, 2 from Gil, 2 from Drew, and 2 from Cam. And in a second, I'm going to turn it over to them to present their picks. Really go in deep on why they think those legs are going to hit on the parlay. And yeah, it should be a good Super Bowl. Patty Mahomes, Brock Purdy, the Avengers on the 49ers versus the greatest of all time there at QB there, regardless of what a lot of people say. He's probably up there. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Gil here to jump in on his first 2 legs of the parlay.
Hey, what's up, Party Chat Sports? It's one of your hosts, Caleb Gill, getting ready to give you my 2 legs for our Super Bowl parlay that we're putting together. And the way I wanted to do my legs was, one, I wasn't sure which direction the other guys were going, so the legs that I usually pick, like Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, I avoided that one. And I want to do a little something different. I wanted to add or do 2 different things that I usually don't touch, and so I try being unique in those ways. So you will not see a Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown from me like you have in all of my other parlays that I put together. I'm pretty sure every single parlay I put together for the season has featured a Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, unless it was during the 49ers bye week. But that will not be seen here. Instead, I got another running back that I'm betting on, and that is Isaiah Pacheco for the Kansas City Chiefs. I've got him going over 67.5 rushing yards in this game. And a big reason for that is because in the playoff games this year for the Kansas City Chiefs, Pacheco has hit 68 rushing yards or more. So I expect him to do much the same. I think the Chiefs are going to lean heavy into that ground game. That's kind of what killed the 49ers defense early in that game against the Lions in the NFC Championship game. The Lions were able to run through the throat of the 49ers defense. So I think that's kind of where the Chiefs are going to start, is just by feeding Pacheco and let him run angry. And I think that's going to amount to over 68 yards for him on the ground. And then my other one, I had to do Chiefs and I had to do 49ers. I had to bet on both teams. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the 49ers. I could have done the Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. Again, I'm not doing that. I could have done something with Debo. I could have done something with Kittle. I could have done something with Purdy. But had to be unique. Had to do something a little bit different. And that led me to the fullback. 49ers are one of the few teams that actually feature a fullback, and they feature him on the ground, through the air. So let's get Kyle Juszczyk involved in our parlay. Over 4.5 receiving yards. That seems easy for me. I think that one's going to hit pretty easily. That's just one catch for Juszczyk, and he's had like 13 or more receiving yards, I think, throughout the postseason so far. Whenever he catches a pass, it's usually, about, I think it's the lowest number I saw was like 9 yards when he catches a pass this season. So, one pass that Kyle Juszczyk. I think we can bet on that. Kyle Shanahan's going to try getting in his bag, and it's a Super Bowl, so he's going to try pulling out all the tricks, all the stops, and I think Kyle Juszczyk is going to be part of that. So, give me Kyle Juszczyk over 4.5 receiving yards. Both those legs are minus 110 each. Isaiah Pacheco over 67.5 rushing yards is minus 110 odds. And then Kyle Juszczyk over 4.5 receiving yards, also minus 110 odds. Those are my legs. Let's see what the other guys got in store for their legs of the Super Bowl parlay at Party Chat Sports.
All right, so my Super Bowl picks are going to be Travis Kelce under 70.5 receiving yards. The reason that I went with that is I think the 49ers are going to want to key in on Kelce. Obviously, that's kind of obvious, but I think you're going to want to let the rookie wide receiver be Mahomes' option. You're gonna count on him either making mistakes in the big time moments, whereas you don't really want the vet and Patrick Mahomes' favorite target to be running loose. So, and they have the guys to do that with Warner and Greenlaw at linebacker. So I think it's going to be a rough day for Kelsey. He'll probably still have a few catches. He might even have a few touchdowns, but I don't think he's going to get too many yards. So I got him going under 70.5. And for my second bet, this actually seemed pretty low to me, but we'll see what happens. But it's Deebo Samuel going over 16.5 rushing yards. I think Deebo should be able to hit that pretty easily. I mean, they use him all the time. He's super explosive out of the backfield. We'll see. I mean, it depends on how many attempts they give him. Sometimes, when you're using kind of special packages like that, and you have Christian McCaffrey on your team, it's kind of hard to take away rushes. But Deebo is definitely capable of going over 16.5 rushing yards. Now the Chiefs defense is pretty good, so I think he'll probably have some room on the outside to work. Going up the middle might be tough. The Chiefs D-line is pretty good. The 49ers offensive line isn't as great outside of Trent Williams. So I think going up through the middle might be a little tough. But either way, I think Deebo is so explosive that he'll be able to hit over 16.5 rushing yards against the Chiefs. And that's it. Those are my picks. The odds for just these two picks are plus 259. I'm sure you'll see the full parlay total here at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
Welcome back here to your host Dylan. Some good legs there presented by Gil and by Drew. I'm going to bring it home with my legs of the parlay and Cam's as well. We'll start with Cam's, who is pretty much hit. Anytime he's done a leg like this particular leg has hit. So he is going over 1.5 field goals for each of the field goal kickers tonight. Harrison Butker and Jake Moody each going to hit 2 field goals. Perhaps one of them is to win the game. You just never know. But those are locks pretty much, thanks to Aubrey over there in Dallas, who pretty much locked it in. Every single week there for the over 1.5. And then for my 2 legs here, anytime touchdown scorer, George Kittle. I know a lot of you we're thinking Christian McCaffrey there, CMC. He had the streak of 16 straight games or something where he scored a touchdown, whatever it was. That's too easy. George Kittle, tight end he's every 49ers game I've watched, he's caught a wide open touchdown from Brock Purdy. So I expect this to be no different. George Kittle, anytime touchdown scorer, yes. And then Brock Purdy for the final. Here we go, the final leg. Brock Purdy over 0.5 interceptions. He's going to throw one. The Chiefs defense is not going to drop it like Dallas did, like Green Bay did. The Chiefs are going to hang on. Brock Purdy is going to throw an interception in this one, so book it. And there's your 8 legs. So you put all those things together, and you got a same game total. And we're using a couple of different sports books here, but odds here plus 11,528. And what did the great Kevin from The Office say? If anyone gives you 10,000 to 1 odds, you take that. So I don't know if that's the same math. Plus 11,000, 10,000. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but we're putting a $5 bet on this one. At least I am. The rest of the crew probably will too. That would pay out over 580. And yeah, no prop bets here for like a halftime show or national anthem length or heads tails, first play, number of Taylor Swift appearances. We're avoiding all those. We're just going to go straight gameplay here. Let us know down in the comments below if you're dropping some money on the parlay, what your parlay is of your own. And subscribe for more Party Chat Sports content. You're going to have a lot more coming this off season as we get into free agency and then draft season. And then football will be right back around the corner before you know it. And hopefully we get a college football game there in the mix as well. So drop a like on the video, subscribe for more Party Chat Sports, and we will see ya. Peace.